I hope you guys had a good time looking for different things around your house that had the measures of 1 centimeter, 1 inch, 1 foot, 1 yard, or 1 meter. I'm sure you found a ton of things. Here are some other things that you might not have found in your search. For example, did any of you think to measure your belly button? Well, the measurement across most belly buttons is about 1 centimeter. Try it out. Go ahead and look at some of these other items, like a water bottle cap. That is about 1 inch. Or maybe an adult measuring them from their chin to their fingertips is about 1 yard. Now, these are not exact measurements, but they are benchmark measurements. How you could use some of these things to help you estimate length. Suppose you had a spool of ribbon and you needed to cut a ribbon about 2 feet long, especially during Christmas time when you're wrapping gifts. If you have a lot of gifts and they're all the same size, you might need to measure something very exact. But you don't have any measuring tools. Is there something you could use instead? So if you want it to be 2 feet long, what could you use so it's just about that? It won't be exact, but something very close to that. Maybe you would get a ruler out and measure it, and then it would be exact. Or maybe you would go into your kitchen and grab a spatula and measure out 2 spatulas long. The things we can use to help us estimate length are called measurement benchmarks. In measurement, a benchmark is something familiar that is the same size or almost the same size as a unit of measure. Benchmarks can help you get a sense of and remember how long those units are. The reason we want to find some benchmarks for each unit is so that we can all get a sense of how big these units are without having to always rely on a tool. So if you think about it, you're not always going to have a tape measure or a ruler when you need it. So you need to be able to estimate. If I walk into my living room and I have benchmarks in mind for meters or yards, I can make a good estimate of how long it is. If I need a piece of wood that's 3 feet long, it is useful to be able to estimate what that length looks like. Let's try estimating some lengths. Turn in your workbook to page 160. Think about the benchmarks we estimated, or we established, excuse me, and estimate each length on this page. If you have time, you can choose two more lengths to estimate in the last two rows of the chart. Go ahead and look at page 160 and try to fill it out. I will give you space on the next slide to take a picture and insert that picture onto your slide.